The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. Hurricane Matthew is hitting the Florida coastline hard this morning. We'll have the latest on that superstorm straight ahead.
After reaching speeds of more than 100 miles per hour, a police chase ended with a bad crash in Mercer County.
And it's that time of year again. Racing is back at Keeneland for the big fall meet.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning. It's good to have you with us on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Boy, this storm is pretty amazing. So strong, Matthew, and people here are watching it just as much as people around the rest of the country. It's affecting everybody.
And there's so much connection between Kentucky and Florida, whether it be family or friends, people vacation there. Here's the situation right now on our WKYT First Alert Defender network, and it is just there off the coast of Daytona Beach.
A major storm.
I want to check in with Micah to get an update on how things are going right now.
Yeah, and that Daytona Beach is actually getting hammered right now. The good news, if there is any good news, is that the center of the circulation is still offshore. That's fantastic news because that's where you're getting the 100+ mile per hour winds. However, you're still getting anywhere from 70 to 100 mile per hour there across the shoreline. So there is going to be damage as you travel up that 95 corridor. But that's the location of it right now. Obviously, it's not affecting us at this moment. Live sky camera, beautiful day in store. Already in the 60s, near mid 60s for many locations. And we'll jump off into the afternoon. We'll be right there around 81. Again, another day in the 80s, but that doesn't last long. Big front comes and knocks that, sweeps it right on out of here. I'll show you how low we go with those temperatures for your weekend coming up.
Okay, see you then.
Now, of course, Hurricane Matthew bearing down on the Sunshine State this morning. The storm was downgraded to a Category 3 overnight with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour.
2 million people along the East Coast have been told to head inland. Marley Hall is in Orlando with the latest on Hurricane Matthew.
You can feel the droplets hit your legs, hit your arms, hit your hands.
Hurricane Matthew is making its presence felt across the Florida coast.
And this is only at half the wind speeds that it's supposed to be.
Overnight, the outer bands of the storm began pummeling the area with unrelenting rain and roaring winds. The storm surge from the Category 3 storm sent boats in this harbor rocking side to side.
It's really quite a sight.
Storm shutters were ripped off the front of businesses in West Palm Beach. In Daytona Beach, police were left patrolling empty streets as most residents listened to evacuation warnings.
I want to personally plead with you to get out right now. Don't wait one more moment. Save yourself. Save your family, save your friends. Don't be part of the history of this hurricane that might include a long list of fatalities in the U.S.
Conditions here in Orlando have intensified. More wind, more rain. Matthew is expected to slam the Florida coast with hurricane-force winds most of the day and then turn towards Georgia. The state joined Florida in ordering mandatory evacuations, reversing a lane of traffic on this highway yesterday to accommodate the exodus. South Carolina did the same as this beach bar stayed open for one last party.
We're closed after tonight. We should be good after that.
Matthew is expected to move out to sea this weekend. Marley Hall, CBS News, Orlando, Florida.
Now, Hurricane Matthew has left behind a path of devastation in the Caribbean. One of the hardest hit places was Haiti, where at least 280 people have been reported dead. Officials expect that death toll to rise as the high water begins to recede.
Matthew is certainly taking a toll on travelers. More than 3,500 flights have been canceled across the country. Airports in Orlando, Miami, and other cities in Florida, for the most part, are closed. Here is how flights look at Bluegrass Airport this morning. Travel times look good for the most part. The only cancellations are 2 Allegiant flights to and from Orlando. AAA is reminding travelers to do their research to plan travel over the next few days.
Now, once the hurricane passes, more people from Kentucky will be heading to Florida to lend a helping hand. Some are already there. Dozens of volunteers with Kentucky Baptist Disaster Relief are leaving Sunday. They know they'll head to some areas in northern Florida, but they really aren't leaving until that storm passes. One volunteer tells us they plan to take between 50 and 60 people to Florida. Well, the Davis H. Elliott Company is also sending linemen from right here in Kentucky to help Florida deal with the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. The company already has 500 crew members in Florida. They plan on sending hundreds more. They'll head straight for the storm. Crews will be as close as they can to areas where Matthew is supposed to hit. Now, after it moves through, they'll start repair work.
All Disney properties have shut down because of Hurricane Matthew, and that includes theme parks, water parks, Disney Springs, and ESPN Wild World Sports Complex, all of which are located throughout Florida's eastern coastline. It's only the fourth time the park has had a total shutdown. Hurricane Matthew is also causing issues with some college football games. Saturday's top 25 game between Florida and LSU in Gainesville has been postponed. And the Georgia-South Carolina game in Columbia will be played on Sunday afternoon. That one is set for 2:30. Now, for more coverage of Hurricane Matthew, go to our website, WKYT.com. You'll also get updates on our WKYT News app. Other news now here at Mid-Morning. A Laurel County man has been arrested for shooting at law enforcement officers.
Now, it happened just before 11:30 last night off Gooden Lane, which is off the West Dixie Highway in North Corbin. Officers say they were in the area looking for a suspect who had fled from a Laurel County deputy when Roy Hibber came out on his porch and fired at officers. Officers say they suspect Hibbard was high at the time. They charged him with 4 counts of wanton endangerment. We've learned more about a police chase that led to a bad crash in Mercer County. The Mercer County Sheriff's Office says the chase started in Harrodsburg and ended with the suspect crashing into a guardrail on US 127 just north of town. Now, at one point, police say the chase reached speed as high as 120 miles per hour. No officers were injured. Police say the suspect had to be airlifted to the hospital. At this time, police have not said what led to that chase.
6 soldiers from Fort Campbell are now facing federal charges. They're accused of stealing sensitive Army equipment. Investigators say more than $1 million in restricted equipment was sold and shipped, mostly to anonymous eBay bidders. They say some of the bidders were in Russia and China. Investigators say the equipment included sniper telescopes, flight helmets, and machine gun parts. 2 civilians are also facing charges in the case.
The University of Kentucky is ready to unveil its newly remodeled business building. An official grand opening will be held for the new Gatton College of Business and Economics facility at 10:30 this morning. The building has been renovated and expanded with high-tech classrooms and a simulated trading floor. The $65 million project is the first building at UK to be funded entirely through philanthropy.
Muhammad Ali's mansion in Louisville is now up for sale with a listing price of $2.2 million. The legendary boxer's home includes 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and more than 9,000 square feet in total space. It also includes a pool, a 4-car garage, and a University of Louisville-themed basketball court. Ali died back in June at the age of 74.
Well, you can bet plenty is going on this weekend in Lexington, starting with the return of horse racing. Keeneland's annual fall meet starts today.
This is a big year for Keeneland. The track is celebrating 80 years of racing, and the fun begins shortly. The gates will open at 11 o'clock this morning, less than an hour from now, and post time for the first race, 1:05 this afternoon.
And tomorrow, race fans will not only be able to enjoy the track, but also the UK football game. The Cats will take on SEC rival Vanderbilt at 4 o'clock. For fans wanting to enjoy both, Lextrand will be running shuttles between Keeneland and Commonwealth Stadium. It only cost $1 to ride. Easy way to do it, too.
I'm saying, big weekend here, you know, so much going on.
Yes. Focus on the weather, too. We'll be getting back to Mike on that. Be sure to keep it here this mid-morning.
Yeah, back in just a moment, a Louisville teacher is going viral.
Well, all the talk is about Matthew down toward the Florida coast and off toward the Carolinas. However, we still have a big front that's heading our direction, and we'll start to see temperatures take a dive big time. I'm going to show you how low we go coming up.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're at 65 degrees right now in the capital city. Everything looks just fine. 421 and Main Street. Good flow in that location. Here's the 133 exit out at Moorhead across I-64, and that's the 801 overpass. London looks good. Lexington looks good. Really anywhere. I mean, we're having bright blue skies. We'll have that the rest of the day. Maybe a few clouds filtering on in and building later on this afternoon, but don't expect any rain. I will say this, if you work your way over toward Pike County and surrounding counties in the far southeastern quadrant of our viewing area, then you're talking about maybe a stray shower for today, but that's about it. Let's talk about Matthew and see what's going on, because the rest of the day today looks good. Off toward the evening hours for any Friday night football games that are still left over that didn't play last night. We're looking all right. So at this moment, the center of the circulation is near Daytona Beach. Could the actual eye wall, the strongest, the fastest winds within the storm, could the eye wall actually touch Daytona? It's possible. And at that moment, you're going to see wind speeds 100+ miles per hour. So the good news here is that National Hurricane Center has now put that track to stay offshore. That's the greatest news you've heard all morning. The reason being is that's where the strongest winds are located, right there in the center. And if it's offshore, that takes the strongest winds offshore. However, you're still going to be looking at 60 to 100 mile per hour winds. At least you're not dealing with 120, 130 mile per hour winds. So there's good news, but yeah, it's still going to be pretty devastating in some of these locations. Not only wind speeds, but you're talking storm surge, and you're also talking flooding rains. We're looking at 10 to 15 inches of rain anywhere from, say, southern portions of Florida all the way up the East Coast into Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and including North Carolina, too. The coastlines will be absolutely dumped on with this rain. I mean, it's going to be an absolute soaker as it gets a little bit closer. Yes, the winds will die down, but still a hurricane category 1 with winds right there at 75 miles per hour. So wind speeds will still be pretty gusty. It's going to be more about the rainfall potential in that area, I would say, for the Carolinas. And the storm surge, too. Those beaches will be closed. You might want to wait if you're planning on going out there. I would wait until Sunday off into Monday. That's your best bet to head out there and kind of miss a lot of this. Keeneland forecast won't have any effects on us. It looks good around here. We're at 81 degrees today. Looks great for kickoff for Keeneland. Then towards your weekend, much, much cooler. You might have to throw on a sweater or a nice little outfit like Barb has on. This is something that could be worn
ready to go.
Keeneland, yeah.
There you go,
on Saturday
ready.
and Sunday, because it's going to be pretty chilly, guys, at times during Keeneland.
Barb, would you like to model for
Would you like to just walk across
keep
the
it on
stage
the
for
whole
us?
weekend? There you go.
Right.
We get it, though. We might need some sleeves on
You
Sunday.
might.
We get the idea.
All right.
Well, a Louisville special education teacher got some big help from her students on her wedding day.
Yeah, Kinsey French, who works with children with Down syndrome, tied the knot last week, but just days before the big day, she made some last-minute changes to her guest list, some additions. French said her wedding day just wouldn't be complete without her students, so she had each one of them walk down the aisle with her. And we're glad she did, because these cute wedding pictures are going to last a lifetime, right? Look at that.
They're absolutely the cutest, and what a great event for those children.
Absolutely. Isn't
to
that
be
nice?
a part of. That's a great thing. Well, a movie star was moved to tears in London.
And Bill Cosby wants a judge to throw out his sexual assault case. Suzanne Marquez has those stories and more in your Eye on Entertainment.
Bill Cosby's lawyers went on the attack in a legal filing in Pennsylvania. The comedian's attorneys are trying to get the sexual assault case thrown out, arguing their client can't get a fair trial after a perfect storm of mistakes by a judge and misconduct from a prosecutor and celebrity lawyer. Cosby's trial is set for June on charges of drugging and assaulting a woman. Actor David Oyelowo fought back tears while talking about the lack of diversity in British film. His latest movie, A United Kingdom, premiered this week. But he says he had to leave the UK to pursue his career and that his friends are still struggling.
We've prayed together. We've scratched our heads together. We have felt displaced together. We have felt abandoned together.
Oyelowo called on British filmmakers to put more diversity in leadership positions. In Los Angeles, stars are on the red carpet for the launch of HBO's newest comedy series. Insecure is about the friendship between two women from different walks of life and the way they navigate the most uncomfortable dilemmas. The series kicks off on Sunday. And the Rolling Stones are going back to their roots with a new blues album, the band's first studio record in more than a decade. The album will be called Blue and Lonesome and is set to release in December. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Coming right up, the Ed Davis Learning Center over in Georgetown provides opportunities for students of all ages.
How you can help further that spirit of learning next on WKYT. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $41 million, and tomorrow's Powerball jackpot is $91 million.
Welcome back in. It's mid-morning on your Friday opening day at Keeneland. You know,
it's a big weekend
day.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yes.
glad you're along. A lot going on. The focus of the Ed Davis Learning Center is to provide opportunities for people of all ages to continue learning.
We're joined by Willie Gossie, president of the Ed Davis community, and Robbie Barber, who serves as vice president, to learn more about the center and how you can support it. Thanks for being here. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Glad to be here.
Willie, tell us what the Ed Davis Center is all about.
It's all about kids, but we do cater to adults. Most of the parents of the kids try to bring them in and provide some classes for even adults. But it's mostly about kids, trying to get them up and going in society. A lot of our classes is like cooking classes, electrical wiring classes, which could be for kids or adults, career type classes, and then lifestyle type classes. Also, they have tutoring, computer classes. We look at some things about teaching about government too. Also have people like Judge Rob Johnson come in and do seminars on governmental things, lawyer type things.
Very practical learning. Yes.
And just learning about the city in general, those type of things. And then we try to do things like our work and our play, like our summer league basketball. We offer that, and a lot of our classes and activities are free. And local businesses and donations and things like that to make it happen.
Keep it going.
And of course, the old Ed Davis High School meant so much to the community. You have an opportunity now for a lot of people to come out and help you with this. Tell us about the ball.
Yes, we have a lot of the area patrons and businesses that contribute to the ball. We will honor that night 3 of our faithful women, because we always honor someone from the Ed Davis alums, some of the Ed Davis alums, we always honor them. So we're going to honor 3 of the faithful women. And then we also have support. We'll have a silent auction that night that'll be support from several different businesses in the community. We have gift baskets. We'll have golf, sessions of golf. So it goes all night for the silent auction.
A lot of reasons to come out and support.
A lot of reasons.
You want people to get that on their calendar, which is coming up there in mid-October,
yes,
right?
October the 15th.
Yeah, so it's right around the corner. Can people get tickets? I think you said there are a couple or 3 locations where they can find
Yeah, we have at the Edwards Barber Shop in Georgetown, the Chamber of Commerce, and also Frank's Donuts has those tickets.
And we have the information up on the screen. Single tickets, $25, but you can buy a table of 8 and enjoy it
Bring
even
a little
more.
crowd. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks so much for coming. Appreciate it very much.
Good luck with
it. And good continued success with the center.
Thank you.
Keep it right here this mid-morning.
In a moment, we'll check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen and see what you could cook up here for the weekend.
Well, this is a not-so-traditional pancake, but it can be served either savory or sweet.
Right.
Great recipe.
Today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, hope I get this right, broccoli and feta Dutch baby. All right.
If I told you not to wash your pots and pans with soap and water, you'd probably think that I was nuts. I would be if we weren't talking about cast iron cookware. You see, cast iron cookware was first created some 2,000 years ago. It's been a mainstay around the world, and its popularity soared because it's durable, non-stick, and it cooks food evenly. So let me show you how to season your new cookware once you bring it home so it will last you a lifetime. The first thing you do is wash it with hot soapy water and a stiff brush. This is the only time you should ever use soap on it. After drying it well, rub on a thin layer of vegetable oil. This goes into a 375-degree oven upside down. Just make sure you line the bottom rack with foil to catch any oil that may drip. After an hour, turn off the oven and leave the pan inside to cool. That's all there is to seasoning it. And after cooking in it, all you need to do is rinse it out, maybe use a brush or a sponge, but skip the soap. And since I love cast iron cooking so much, I want to share with you a favorite of mine, which is called a Dutch baby, which bakes in a cast iron skillet and is a cross between a souffle and a pancake. The recipe for our savory classic, broccoli and feta Dutch baby, is online now, along with a few other options. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a new old world way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Going to take his word for it on that, Micah?
Yeah, we'll take his word for it. All right, let's look at the weather outside and see what's going on. The rest of the day, we're sitting there at 81 degrees. I threw that 20% chance in there just to say heads up far eastern Kentucky. I mean, you go as far as you can toward Pikeville, and that's where you could see a stray shower or two. The Jenny Wiley Festival is going on later on today, off into your Saturday. And that is the best chance to actually see a small chance of rain. So it's the best chance of rain, but it's still relatively small. So it's definitely not a washout by any means. But nonetheless, I would say Saturday I would lean toward a better opportunity for you guys in far eastern Kentucky. But for the most part, our forecast looks pretty dry. It's about the temperatures this weekend. They'll drop about 10 to 15 degrees. We're going to go over that at noon. Also, obviously, talk about Matthew once again at noon.
A lot of coverage from that coming up on WKYT News at noon. We hope to see you then.
Have a great day, everybody.